Baltimore Ravens fans, you may want to brace yourselves for this one because Derrick Henry is on a path that could make history. We're diving into his jaw-dropping performances, why he's being mentioned in the same breath as legends, and whether he can actually bring home the MVP trophy this season. So grab a seat and buckle in. This is going to be a ride filled with twists and emotions. The Baltimore Ravens have been on a roller coaster this season, and their most recent game was no different. A close call against the Pittsburgh Steelers ended in heartbreak for Ravens fans with an 18-16 loss that marked their fourth defeat of the season. It's like watching your favorite movie protagonist take blow after blow. The Ravens just can't afford any more setbacks if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Yet, despite the hardships, there is hope. Shining hope by the name of Derrick Henry. Henry has been unstoppable this season, almost as if he's tapping into some kind of superhero strength on the field. With 13 touchdowns in 11 games, Henry has proven the doubters wrong. In fact, he's not only silencing critics, he's approaching legendary territory. Remember O.J. Simpson's 1975 record of scoring a touchdown in every game? Henry is dangerously close to matching that, and I mean, close enough that it's got NFL fans biting their nails, but we'll get to that in a moment. Speaking of breaking records, is anyone else wondering what Derrick Henry eats for breakfast? Because whatever it is, it's working. Maybe it's just a bowl of defender-crushing oats with a sprinkle of unstoppable power. Who knows? Let's get back on track here. Henry's incredible season doesn't stop at touchdowns. He's already surpassed names like John Riggins and Jerry Rice, piling up 1,185 rushing yards on 197 carries with an impressive average of 6 yards per carry. The man's stats look like they belong in a video game, not the NFL. At 30 years old, when many running backs start showing signs of wear and tear, Henry is playing with the vigor of someone who's just getting started. And it's not just the Ravens fans who are noticing. By week 11, Derrick Henry was sitting comfortably atop the NFL leaderboard, joining an elite group of just 26 running backs who've hit the 1,000-yard milestone after turning 30. Henry is making history right before our eyes. And even though the Ravens lost against the Steelers stung, Henry's performance shone brightly enough to offer a glimmer of hope. But can that glimmer turn into something bigger? Maybe even an MVP win? Hold on, because this is where things get interesting. Can Derrick Henry actually take home the MVP award this season? Let's look at the numbers and why some think he might have a chance. Derrick Henry's name is being mentioned alongside the likes of Josh Allen and C.J. Stroud in MVP conversations. What makes this particularly thrilling? Henry's the only running back in a sea of quarterbacks. Sports writer Peter King even said he'd put Derrick Henry at the top of his MVP list. I'd put Derrick Henry number 1 right now. King said confidently on the Let's Go podcast, it's rare for a running back to stand out in a league that's often all about the QBs, but Derrick Henry is doing just that. And then some. Now, of course, NFL seasons are full of surprises. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, the league hits you with a twist you never saw coming. Today, Henry's in the MVP conversation. Tomorrow, who knows? Yeah, the thrill is in not knowing and seeing these incredible players rise to meet the unexpected. Speaking of surprises, is there a petition somewhere for Derrick Henry to give motivational speeches? Because if his rushing yard stats don't inspire you, I don't know what will. Maybe he should run for office after he's done breaking records. Whether or not Derrick Henry ends this season with an MVP trophy doesn't change one thing. He's focusing on winning games for his team, for his fans, and perhaps even for himself. Because there's one thing that has been made crystal clear. Henry isn't slowing down. Not now, and certainly not anytime soon. If this season is his last, as Peter King has suggested, Henry's going to go out with a bang, and maybe even a Super Bowl ring to go with it. So, if you loved this video, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Love you, gang.